Hello, everyone. Welcome to the LFMT owners meeting. We've got an exciting webinar for you today. We've got a new script update, probably the biggest script update in years. We've made lots of improvements to the script itself. We're making compatibility for PHP 8.4, the latest version of MariaDB. Lots of bug fixes, lots of little improvements. But the big thing that we're going to talk to you about today is the AI, GeniuXs AI. We've done some really exciting stuff with GeniuX. Um, Anything you want to add, Robert, before we get started?
No, I'm waiting to see this. I mean, I've got stuff to. I'll say as you're doing the presentation because I know what's coming. But yeah, I mean, like you said, biggest thing. I mean, I'm guessing this is the biggest update we've ever done.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
would agree with that. It's
You know,
really a whole new,
French TE exchanges breeding. That's going to bring you into the 22nd century, never mind the 21st.
exactly. Yeah, it's really a big change to our business model. We've really, and that's why we've been really kind of quiet for the past couple of years. We've been making a lot of changes to our business, rethinking things, but I don't think it's going to be this long. I think going forward, we're going to have a lot more updates, a lot more webinars. I've already got some things in mind for the next LFMTE update. We've updating plugins, but really, ever since we got started, we've always believed in the power of the platform. We make the LFMTE script easy for people to set up, easy to afford, so everyone can start their own TEs. And really, our business model is based on selling plugins. We could make games, we could make plugins, and we were kind of guessing what owners would want. And we always had feedback open so owners could send in their suggestions, but it was really up to us to build it. We either had to spend the time building the plugin or hire a developer to write the code for us, and then we'd have to make some updates. But I think AI really changes the equation for us. I think we're changing from us trying to think what you want and build what we think you want to actually providing an AI service that can build what you want, whether it's a new game, whether it's a new plugin. We want the AI to be able to build whatever you want and be able to have it modify it to your exact specifications. And today we're launching phase one of that with a widget builder AI. But before I get to that, let me just give you an overview of the updated AI features. I'll go ahead and start sharing my screen.
Yep, I see it.
Okay, let's see.
Everybody else see Josh's screen?
Okay, perfect. So this is the admin panel. If you go to GeniuX and GeniuXs AI, the first thing you'll see is that we've completely redesigned the chat interface. Before, it was you could send a request and the AI would get back to you, but your requests were never saved. This looks, for those of you who have used ChatGPT or Claude, you're going to be familiar with this interface, and it's going to be really easy to use and really easy to get started. We still have different AIs along with the AI creator that we released a couple of years ago. But now, under each of these categories, there's a toolbox which you can open, and then you can ask the questions. You can, for the LFM AI, you can ask questions about your sales. You could say something like, list all the sales packages for each one, show the sales package ID number, the number of sales, and the revenue for different years. I could just say, show me my upgraded members. Now, this is a test site. I've only got my own account in here, but on any other site, this would pull up a table with all of your upgraded members. But here you can see it's just got my account, and then it gives me my account information. And then if I leave and go back, the cool thing about this new update is my conversation is still here. So I could carry on with that conversation. And yes, this is for the GeniuXs AI upgrade, and we'll go over exactly what we're offering in a little while. But right now, I just want to show you the new interface and show you um, just how when you get started, sometimes you might think, I don't know what to ask, or I don't even know what this AI is capable of. So under each of these tabs, you can open the toolbox here, and this will give you an example of everything that that AI is capable of. So if you see, oh yeah, this is something that I want to know. I want to know how many members have a lifetime gold membership. You can just click on that, and it'll automatically fill in the prompt, so you can send it off to the AI. Now we've got the page editor AI, which has also been in GeniuXs for about a year now, but this has been completely revamped and improved. It's using a new state-of-the-art model that really knows HTML and design. And you can see, again, I open my toolbox and it gives me some examples of things I can ask. So I could say, change the color of the first heading to red on the sales page. Now, if I click that, and I send the AI the request, whenever I ask it to edit anything, right now it's thinking, it's making the updates, but then it's going to come back once it's done that with a preview. And it'll open the preview in the toolbox, and the toolbox will show you the old page and the new page, so you can see exactly what it changed before you actually save the settings. Now, another cool thing, this toolbox, you can resize it. You see this bar right here that goes, I don't know if you can see it on the screen share, but you can see the mouse changes. You can drag this, so you can make the toolbox bigger. So this is really useful if you're having it do design tasks, but you can see it's come back. So I could say view the changes, and then it's done exactly what I asked. Here's the new version, and here's the old version. So the old version, you can see it had black text. The new version, it has red, because that's exactly what I asked it to do. So if I'm happy, I just click on save, and that's it. Now my sales page is updated. Now let me get to what I think is the coolest new AI, and this is the widget creator. The widget creator allows you to create widgets inside of your admin panel that can do different things. And I'm going to give you some examples. And we're also, if you subscribe to GeniuXs AI, we're going to give you 5 free widgets as a bonus. And I'm going to go through every one of them because these are ones I've carefully built myself using this AI. The AI's created all of the free widgets that we're giving away, but they do some really useful tasks. Like one of them has a list of macros, so you can search if you want to know the macro to put somebody's first name while you're working on templates. That widget can now sit in the new widget bar, which you can open by clicking on the top right. You see these dots right here. This opens your widget bar, and you can add widgets right here, and this will follow along on every page that you're on. So if I go over to GeniuXs to send an email, or if I go into site design and then templates, wherever I'm working on my admin panel, this widget bar stays open. So I can put as many widgets as I want here that I want the AI to create, and they'll follow me along with me everywhere that I go inside of my admin panel. But let me just create a widget real quick so I can show you how it works. So again, I open the widget creator, and I'm going to want to open my toolbox, and this will show again, some examples of some things that you can ask the widget. So the first example, I'm going to have the widget make me a calculator. So you can see it's already filled in the prompt. So I can just click on it, it fills it in, and then I can click to submit it. Now, the widget creator is the most advanced AI model that we have in GeniuXs, so it does take a little bit longer to think, but it's also very advanced. It's capable of writing code, it's familiar with your database, so it can link things together. But now that's working. So it says GeniuXs is typing. Right now it's coding the calculator.
I mean, this would be great for doing widgets, say for if you're doing um, competitions or even affiliate competitions where you get affiliates. Before it was kind of difficult to put all that together, but now the widget would instantly will tell you, okay, which top 5 affiliates did do fulfill the tasks the quickest, right? So now there's the time thing there; it can do all that and sort that all that out in a click of a finger, really.
Yeah, it's really quite incredible. You can see the third example here is a top surfers widget. It can create a widget that shows you the top 10 surfers for the day, and that updates in real time. Okay, so now it's got back with my calculator. So let me just see what it looks like. It's going to look a little bit different every time, but yeah, so okay. So I've got a nice calculator. I can see I could do 5 plus 5 equals 10. All right, so it looks like it works. So it looks, it's gave it a nice basic design. But let's say I want to make some changes. Let's say give it a futuristic sci-fi look. And again, if I wanted to change the layout of the buttons or anything like that, I could just ask GeniuX to do that. But now I'm going to ask it to give it that redesign because I want to change the colors a little bit. So again, I just typed it in and right now it's thinking and it's going to come back with a redesigned calculator. So you can build this to your exact specifications. All right, there we go. Now, there is a little quirk where sometimes it will think it'll make the updates in its head and it won't actually do that. So you can see when I go into, let's see, if I go into GeniuX, I've actually put known issues and tips. So it's one of the known issues at the moment that we're working on. So the widget AI may create a widget without actually sending it. So if this happens, what you want to do is you want to take this exact phrase right here, called the create widget prompt, and you want to copy it in and you want to send that. And this is the best way that you can get the model to actually output the widget. So if this ever happens, it doesn't happen a lot. It happens maybe 1 out of 10 times. We'll say your widget's been updated, but then it doesn't actually give you the button. So you just tell it, call the create widget function. And that would tell it to actually output the widget. There you go. So see, as soon as I say that, now it gives me view changes, and there you go. So now you can see it has this nice, cool, futuristic look to it with the color scheme. But you could change it to whatever you want. You could say give it a green and blue color scheme. You could say make it pink and purple. You can give it whatever colors you want. And when you're happy with this widget, all you do is say you give it a name. So I'll call it sci-fi calculator, and then the description, I'll just say calculator widget, and then I click install, and then that installs my widget. Now, when I go to, there's two places I can put these widgets. First is the home page, and there you can see right here, but I can also go to my widgets, and if I scroll down to the bottom, sci-fi calculator, here's my widget bar. I can enable it here, and then I click this bar right here, and here it is. So now I've just built my own calculator and I've built it to my design specifications. And right now, if I'm, you know, tallying up commissions and I just want to do math, I could do 5 plus 5 equals 10, or I could do 50 cents plus 50 cents equals $1. Um, I just had this calculator right now. It's right here in my admin panel. And you can ask it to make any type of widget you want. But so what we've done is to really help you get started, when you subscribe to the GeniuXs AI plan, which includes this AI Builder widget, we're going to give you 5 uh, free widgets. And now when you log into GeniuX, you see right here, claim your LFMTE bonus widgets. You just click that big yellow link and that'll take you to the step-by-step instructions on where to go and submit your promo code. But once you do that, when you go into your app store, you're going to see these three widgets. Now, go through them one by one because these are really powerful widgets. These are the five that we're giving away as a bonus. Um, there's a database backup widget, a calculator widget, an easy macros widget, an IP address lookup, so you can copy and paste an IP address and it'll tell you the location. And then there's a server clock widget, which is a clock that shows you your server time. And again, you can have that right here in the widget bar. But let me get through them one by one because each of these are really powerful and we could probably sell these as individual plugins. But once you claim these, you'll be able to install them from your app store just like any other plugin. I'm going to install my backup widget. And when you install it through the App Store, it automatically adds it to your widget bar. But let me just show you. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and disable the sci-fi calculator so we just have the backup. So this is the backup widget I've just downloaded. And I made this myself using the widget AI. But it's a one-click backup and restore for your database. And this is really something that I've wanted for myself for a long time because when I'm working on the script, it's nice just to be able to back up and restore your database. But if you want to back up all your members, all your sites, all your transactions, and make sure that's safe, you can just click download backup, and in one click, it downloads the file to your computer, and then you can upload it, and with one click, it restores that backup. But you can also restore individual tables. So let me just show you how this works. Let me say that I want to make a backup of my member sites table. Let's say I'm going to be doing some work on this, and if I might mess it up, I want to have a backup. So I'm going to download OTO M sites, and I'm going to download it. And there, just like that, that backup file now has a backup of my member sites. So to test it, I'm just going to go ahead and delete the site. So now I have no member sites in my database. And if I did that by mistake and I want to restore it, I would just restore that file. And now it's back. So just like that, it's restored that. And I can do that with my whole database. If I accidentally delete my members or something, if I have a backup of it, I can just restore it. Now, this is probably the most technical widget out of the five that we've built. This is really something that I built for myself for my own specifications because I was tired of going into cPanel and having to download a backup and then fix it. So this is right here in my admin panel. But I recommend all owners do this at least once a week. At least once a week, just open up this widget, click on download. You don't have to worry about choosing tables because it selects them all by default, but just download a backup. That way, if anything happens to your server, you know that your members and their sites and their banners are all safe. So I think this widget alone is probably worth $100, but we're going to include this in a package of 5 widgets when you upgrade to GeniuXs AI.
Well, I just want to expand on what I put in the chat there because, all right, I made a joke about he's telling fibs because he never made the widgets. What he was able to do was explain to GeniuX what he wanted, and GeniuX made the widget. You don't need to know code. You don't even have to explain to GeniuX what code is, right? You just have to be able to put down in so many words what it is you require GeniuX to do. And from that point on, if she doesn't do it quite the way you want it, you can make changes. You can say, well, yeah, but can you make it do this? Can you make it do that? Okay, that's it. You don't need to know code. You
Yeah.
just need to be able to have a conversation with this thing and explain what it is you want. That is the cool thing about this.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Robert. Yeah, I mean, this calculator, that widget, none of that involved me using code. All I had to do was tell the AI what I wanted it to do, and it coded it for me. It installed it for me. I didn't have to go into cPanel. I don't have to know code. I'm just telling the widget what I want in my admin panel, and it's doing all of the work for me. Um, let me go back. I want to show you each of these widgets because I think they are quite useful. Um, so the next one is the calculator, and I'm just going to go ahead and install that and the easy macros because I think the calculator is um, fairly basic. But now all right, so this is the calculator. So you can see that it's built it exactly to my specifications. But now this is the one that I think owners are going to love. Easy macros. So, whenever you're writing an email and you're thinking, what's the macro for their first name? What's the macro for the last name? What's the macro for how many credits they've earned in the past month? You can search here. You could just type in first name, and there you go. You click on that, you paste it, and there it is. Um, you can add macros as favorites. So let's say you use first name all the time. You just click the star, it makes it a favorite. You make you look up last name, you click that star, you make it a favorite. Now, when you go from page to page, these macros are right here, right on your sidebar. So you can just copy and paste them. All you do is click on first name or last name, that copies it, and then you paste it. So whether you're working on templates, whether you're in the affiliate toolbox, working on your emails, your macros are right here. So let's say you're writing an email and you want to say how many credits you currently have in your account. You just search for credits, and then it pulls it up right here in Easy Macros. I know this is something that owners have been asking us for a long time, an easy way to get a list of macros. And we've added that into the help section where you have a full list of macros, but this allows you to just search, mark your favorites. You can look up surfing stats, the number of credits they've earned in the past month, um, all sorts of things just right here in the Easy Macros um, widget right here. Um, Let me show you a few more of the other widgets that we're giving you for free when you subscribe to GeniuXs AI. The last two are the server clock, which I'll just go ahead and install, and then the IP lookup, which is another one that I use all the time. I was always going to whatismyipaddress.com every time I had a member that looked kind of suspicious, or if somebody bought um a product and their payment address was in the UK, and then their um, IP address was in Saudi Arabia, that would sometimes throw up red flags. So I look up IP addresses quite a lot. So I've created a widget that does that for me using the AI. So now if I go to, I'm just going to go to uh, administrators and then look up my own IP. But
Before you do that, Josh, Mick just brought up something I can't answer. But does the easy macros create macros or only pull the default ones?
it pulls the default ones.
I mean, is
That's
there?
actually
I mean, it can do it at the moment, but then does that mean that in the future it could create? You could say to it, "I need a macro for this."
yeah. You know what you could do, Mac? Mick, you could ask GeniuX to do that. You could say, "Hey, I want a widget that I can put macros in and store that list, and then be able to list it." You just tell GeniuX exactly what you want, and GeniuX will build that for you. And I'm quite confident that GeniuX can do that. So this is the
Does that
IP.
answer your question, Mick?
Perfect. And there you go. So you can see it's got my location, it shows my state, the country, and my ISP. And that was exactly what I asked the widget to do. And then server time, you can see this is an analog clock. I really just wanted to test GeniuX's ability to create different types of clocks. So I had it create an analog clock, but you can make a digital clock. You can make a cool looking digital clock with a neon glow. You just tell it exactly what you want. And this shows you your current server time. So again, all of these are right here in the widget bar. You can go to My Widgets. You can enable and disable them anytime. You could reorder them. Just drag the clock near the top, and then when I refresh, now the clock's on top. You can yeah. So this follows you along in the admin panel. And whenever you want a new widget, whenever you want it to do something that it doesn't already do, you just go to the widget creator and you ask GeniuX what you want, and it'll build it for you, just like that.
See, now I can see some enterprising young person getting a hang of this and creating widgets for their site and bragging about it, and someone else saying, "Well, can I get one of those?" And you say, "Well, you could do that inside AI. Here's the exact prompt I used to build it. Uh, only cost you $5."
Brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah. So if you get the hang of right, because I can see people, some people. I don't want this to sound bad or condescending because it's not meant to be. Some people will build uh, widgets that are easy to think of. Other people, though, will look at this and think, shit, if I can build widgets, maybe I can build a widget to do something that no one's ever thought of before. That's the thing. I'm looking to see what bright, enterprising young people, because that's what you are going to come up with widget ideas that we've never even thought of. Because that's the power of this thing. You could have stuff on your website that nobody else even thought of.
Yeah, yeah, that's the big thing. Customizing your site without needing to know how to code or needing to go into cPanel. That's the big thing about these AIs. Your site is going to be running exactly to your specifications. And if there's something on your site that you don't like, as we expand this, you'll be able to edit any part of your admin panel. You know, if there's something you could say, I don't like the way that the Team Surf plugin, handles requests or something like that. You'll be able to eventually, once we fully implement this, you'll be able to go into GeniuX and say, hey, can you update my Team Surfing plugin? It currently does this. I want it to do that. And it'll build it to your exact specifications. Now, the next one I'm already experimenting with is going to be games. And it's not going to be nearly as long of a wait as it was from the last update. I'd say within the next month or two, we're going to have a new tab right here for a games AI where you'll be able to create simple games that members can play while surfing. And, it could be something like, a simple game of ping pong or something like that. But you could get really creative. Robert had a game where he had his picture and you could throw tomatoes at him. You would just upload a picture of Robert, you upload a picture of a tomato, you ask GeniuX to build that, and GeniuX will make that game. That's where we're going with this. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it'll really let owners use their imaginations to make their TE truly personalized to them.
So yes, Michael, that Sun has answered the question, but this thing knows everything in your database, everything in your website, it can check all the code on your inside everything. And I put up there that we probably could make GDX even build themes. Now it can't do it now because I don't think Josh even thought about that. Did you, Josh?
What
Yep.
what what
Be
was
able to make GDX create themes, different themes.
that's definitely something I've thought about. I mean, it can already do some design, like it can redo your sales page, it can redo your and if I don't know if you're a member of Traffic Splash, you could say that we've done some theme updates. I just asked Genix, hey, can you update the members area? It's got a lot of old code, and Genix recoded the members area in one prompt. I didn't have to do any coding or anything. Um, so yeah, if you have old coding that just doesn't look good in old browsers, and if it's in your templates, you can ask GeniuX. Just go to the page editor and ask GeniuX, hey, can you rewrite this to be compliant with modern web standards? And GeniuX will do that for you already. Add additional, yes, absolutely. You can copy and paste new information. If you say, I just added new game to my site, can you put something on my sales page about that? You give GeniuX that information, and GeniuX will put that information onto your sales page.
It's not there yet, but the whole idea of this is that the GeniuX will be able to run your whole site. You'll never need a Josh again. Okay, you'll be able to create web pages, change web pages, create themes, create games, create widgets, all to your specification within this system. That's powerful, guys. Honestly, do you not think so? You'll be able to put the middle finger up to Josh. How about that? And me. I'm waiting for the first person now to create a game that throws tomatoes at me
Mhm.
again. It's mind-boggling, this system. Okay, I won't even come on to some of the other good stuff yet because there's big changes to the affiliate toolbox that the AI is also involved in.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's a tricky question, Josh. How does this affect future updates to the code? I would say that wouldn't affect it at all, would it?
No, I mean, I would say going forward, we're going to be focused on providing an AI service. We're going to be training these models. We're going to be making them more capable. We're going to make them more knowledgeable. We're going to give them the ability to create things like games and modify any plugin installed on your site. But I think going forward, it's going to be less about us writing code and us selling how we think you want the script to work versus us building an AI that you can say, I want my site to work like this. I want my site to look like this. And GeniuX will build it exactly for you without having to code. You'll never have to go into cPanel again. That's the cool thing about this macro, the database restore. I always had to go into cPanel to download my database backups. If I wanted to back up a specific table, I had to go to phpMyAdmin, and that's even, technical for me because it's always updating. And, you know, here it's in
And,
my
I,
admin panel. I don't have to go into the cPanel.
and,
I can
and I've
download
been
my
totally
back.
banned. I've been totally banned in PHP my admin. They won't even give me access. So yeah, I mean, we're not all techie, but even some techie people get caught up with some of this stuff, and this makes it so easy. I don't know about payment systems, Stephen. That's something we may have to look into.
Yeah. I mean,
My point
ideally,
here is though,
it's
with all these thing ideas you're coming up with, it may not do it yet, but this thing is growing in stature. It's going to be able to do all these things along the way, all the way along the planned route that we've got for this. We can't give it to you all at once, but all the grounding and that has been done in this big update. From now on, all of the things that you're talking about will be easy for Josh to give you inside this system.
yeah. Yeah, and let us know. This feedback is very helpful because we're still training this AI. We're still trying to decide, what we want to focus on next. So let us know what you want. Let us know what you want to build with this, and we can train the AI to do that. I'm already thinking we're probably going to be having more of these webinars. I know that we've, kind of gotten away from them because we just spent so much time laying the foundation for this. But now that we've got this built, we're going to be doing more of these webinars so we can get your feedback. Yeah, yeah, AI plugins, that's going to be the next step. We started with widgets because widgets are self-contained. It's a good way for us to get started. It's a good way for you to get used to it without worrying about breaking your site. But we're going to expand it one step at a time. The next step is going to be
And here's the thing, let
games.
me break in there because now some of you I know you won't admit it, are buying third-party plugins, okay, and bypassing LFMTE plugins. And then when we do updates, you get problems with them. But if GeniuX is building your plugins, when we do updates, Genius will know what it did. It will know what the updates are, and you can say, it's been updated. That plugin that you wrote for me a year ago stopped working because of the new updates. Can you upgrade this plugin? Okay? And so it'll go and do it. It knows what it did. It knows what the new updates are. Bang, 5 minutes, and any plugins that didn't work because of the update now start working again. without going through a third-party programmer that you can't find, or is not in, or is buggered off.
Yeah. And that brings up a very good point, Robert, because right now a lot of third-party plugins, I don't want to badmouth them too much because there are some good third-party programmers out there that have done a decent job and they do their best. But there have also been a lot of issues. Sometimes they modify some of the core files and just put their code in instead of integrating it properly. GeniuX has been taught how to do it right. GeniuX has been taught how to create plugins the way that I create plugins. So when creating these widgets, for example, it knows where to put the files where they're not going to get overwritten by future updates. These widgets right here, each of these are self-contained. So once you get a widget built to your specification, it's not going to be broken by future updates. And if there are any changes in the future, GeniuX will know how to fix them automatically, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to dig into the code. You don't have to go into cPanel. You just tell GeniuX what you want in a natural language that you're comfortable with. You don't have to get technical. You just tell GeniuX, hey, this is what I want my site to do. And GeniuX will understand that and then translate that into the coding that it needs. Um, that is something that I want to do, Mick. I do want to expand it so it can search for existing files. Um, it'll help you with errors. It'll help you with that. That's going to be the next step where we go with that, where it can modify any part of your site. So if there's a page inside the members area and you update to PHP 8.4, for example, one of your plugins stopped working, we want to get to the point where you go to GeniuX and you just say, hey, I'm getting this error message. And then GeniuX will say, okay, I'm going to go in, I'm going to pull up that code and I'm going to fix it for you. GeniuX is going to be really good at that. Um, Michael, I would say no. I mean, there is going to be a monthly cost for the AI, and we definitely recommend keeping it because that way you're always going to have that assistant whenever you have an issue with your site or whenever you think of a new idea, that assistant's going to be there ready for help, ready to help you. But if you do, ever need to cancel or um, your site's not going to stop working and you're not going to lose access to anything that you've built so far. You could create something with GeniuX and that widget's going to be yours forever. Um, if you did cancel, you wouldn't be able to build new plugins, but you're not going to lose anything that you've built already. We consider everything that you built with GeniuX to be your code. And yeah. Um, okay. Can you show us where they are in cPanel if we need that info? Can you clarify? You mean where the widgets are installed? Okay, yeah. So once there's a folder, admin/widgets. It's once you get GeniuX to install it, that's where it installs those widgets. So it installs it on your site. It's on your server. Um, like I said, you don't have to do any coding. When I ask GeniuX to do stuff, I normally just ask it for follow-ups if I wanted to change the colors or anything. But if you really wanted to go in there, the code's not encrypted or anything. It's just in public HTML/admin/widgets, and the code's in there. If you wanted to modify it, you could. Um, Now, another thing that I wanted to mention is for those of you who already have GeniuX AI, if you have the Genius membership level, which we revealed back in January or July of 2023, if you still have that plan, that is the plan that is still our top tier level. We're not increasing the price at all. It's still $29 a month. But what we're doing is we are doubling the number of monthly credits you get for no additional cost. So we're going from 500 credits a month to 1,000 credits a month. So one credit is a task that you ask the AI to do. So if I go, if I went to my widget creator and I asked it to create a calculator, that would use one credit. If I said, okay, can you give that calculator a blue color scheme, that would use another credit. And whenever you log into GeniuX, it shows at the top how many credits you have left. Okay. Are there any other questions? There are, but before I move on to the next thing, I just want to make sure everyone understands the widget creator and this new AI interface right
Can I
here.
just back in there because and I'll just come back into the room. So how long does 1,000 credits last? We are developing another AI system at the moment called Zaria, okay, which we're going to be launching in the next 6 weeks or so. It's completely different outside of LFMTE, and we've given 1,000 credits to people. Now, let me tell you, very few people use up their 1,000 credits in a month. So if you're a big user, yes, you may have to wait, or we may even get it so that you can purchase those extra credits. But most Sunny uses Daria, for instance, to run her business. She works for 3 different people running it, and I don't think Sarah, Sunny, you've ever used up 1,000 credits in a month.
No, not even close.
Not even close.
And you can see this is my GeniuX account. I've been testing the script. I've created the widgets. I've been testing it a lot, and you could see I have 941 credits left in my account. So I wouldn't even use it. And yes, Michael, they do roll over up to 2 months. So it will roll over up to 2,000 credits. So if you don't use, let's say if you only use 500 credits this month, next month you'd get 1,500 credits in your account. So yes, they do roll over. And no, you only need one GeniuX subscription, and that allows you to use GeniuX on all of your sites that are licensed to you.
I don't understand that, Chase. Our images credit. You don't explain. Okay. He's thinking about that, Josh.
Okay.
Good question. I want it working on it. Not yet. This is built only for LFMG at the moment, but I want this on LFM Toot Suite.
I I do too. LFM, I'm hoping we're in the process of relaunching LFM. That it's going to be a really exciting relaunch, but I'm hoping to have GeniuX in here in 2 weeks at the maximum. LFM VM, I do hope to get it into LFM VM. Um, it's a little bit of a time constraint for me right now, just because I want to make sure that's working well in LFMTE and LFM. But eventually, I do hope to bring it to LFM VM. Okay, so I think that about covers the widget creator. Like I
Yeah,
said,
I got that sector. Probably that's going to annoy the crap out of me. And yes, I'm pretty sure that GeniuX will be able to rewrite code on third-party plugins, which is annoying the shit out of me because I want third-party plugins to fail so we can. But yes, I would think they could. I mean, I know that you've had GeniuX rewrite some of the code in Paul's old sites, Josh, haven't you?
yeah. I mean, I've been manually using these AI models to update our own code, have it update different integrations. I mean, what these AIs are capable of is amazing. Um, yeah. Now with the files that are encoded, now, I will say that with our new business model, we are getting further and further away from encoded files. Our plugins, our proprietary plugins, are still licensed and they're still encoded, and they will be for the foreseeable future. But the way we're thinking going forward is we are selling this service. We're selling this AI service that can build plugins for you. Now, what you build with them, we're thinking that's yours. That's your code. You own it. You can do what you want with it. You can modify it. So that code won't be encoded. And I will say in the latest LFMTE update, none of the base code of the script is encoded anymore. It's all fully open source, so you can modify any part of the base script that you want. Now the plugins, we are still in the process of updating plugins. Now that's why we're not officially saying, we recommend everyone to update to PHP 8.4 because some of our plugins, about half of them have been updated. So about half of them will work on PHP 8.4. The other half still require PHP 7.4. But we are hoping in the next month or two, all of the plugins will be updated. We are going through them carefully because there are some plugins with some bugs in them, or there's some that don't work quite the way, like the team surfing, for example, and the private messaging. I know some people pointed out that there's some issues with the way they look. Those are actually old bugs because it's old code based on old standards. So as we update those plugins, we're also modernizing everything. We're updating to the latest web standards so it look good in modern browsers. So we're really going through.
Yes, go. You finish what you were saying. Something else come up, which we haven't
Okay.
got to yet.
Yeah,
NG,
yeah.
NG, just wait. We're going to get to the affiliate toolbox in a minute.
No, no, I think that's about. I think that's about it. Yeah. Let's talk about the affiliate toolbox because we have some big updates. We've completely redesigned and rebuilt the affiliate toolbox, and we've also added some really, really, really cool AI features that we're excited to show you. Um, So when you go to the affiliate toolbox, the first thing you'll notice is everything's been nicely redesigned. So before it just had some, really old code that was written probably almost 20 years ago. It hasn't been updated since the original LFM. And now this is all completely rewritten. But the cool thing is GeniuX Rewrite. And this is included in the GeniuX AI subscription. For that $29 a month, you get 10,000 GeniuX Rewrite credits for all of your members. And now inside of your affiliate toolbox, you can set how many each member is allowed to have. So if I give um, each of my members 10 monthly rewrites, that means up to 1,000 members could completely max it out before I would run out of credits myself. But let me just show you how this works. So when you go to the affiliate toolbox, you can see right here, when you enable this, you have a new section called Personalize Your Emails. And you can rewrite your affiliate toolbox emails for any audience. You can change the tone. So you can make it, you can see there's an example, rewrite these emails in a funny, humorous tone for a Gen Z audience. And now I did one a little while ago for bloggers. I said, and these are Hits Connect affiliate emails. So you can see this is the original. This is where I've copied and pasted it into my affiliate toolbox. And the first one has some Q and A's. What is Hits Connect and what it can do. So it's kind of generic. It says it records the number of clicks to your website. It's easy to use. So it's got these 3 questions and then it's got that. But I personalized it. I said, rewrite my affiliate toolbox emails for bloggers who have a personal WordPress blog. So I've targeted these to a specific audience, and that created a new tab called bloggers. You can see I've still got my original emails, but you can see it's rewritten. So as a passionate blogger, you've likely had some questions about Hits Connect and how they can elevate your personal WordPress blog. So you can see it still has these same questions, what is Hits Connect and what it can do, but it's rewritten parts of the email for WordPress bloggers. So now you can say Hits Connect records the clicks on any links on your blog. And you can see the whole thing has been rewritten for bloggers. I could say, I could create one for seniors, and I could say, rewrite these emails for seniors who own businesses but may not be familiar with technical terms. Make it easy to understand. So I'm going to personalize this. And now GeniuX is taking all of my emails in my affiliate toolbox and rewriting them. And now I've got a new tab called Seniors. And here you can see that it takes, is Hits Connect hard? Not at all. Hits Connect is very easy friendly. If you can copy and paste, you'll be all set up and ready to use in just a few minutes. So you can see that it's rewritten all of my emails and it's kept the content in place. It's kept the general information and the general structure of the emails, but it's rewritten it for those audience. I know that Robert had somebody request. I think it was Tracy, someone who
Tracy
loved.
Repchuk, yeah, she wanted to target the emails to female entrepreneurs. So the same thing, you could do the same thing there, exactly the same thing, target these emails to specific groups. And that's the key. And this, remember, Roy, this is not in, this is not for owners to use. This is for your affiliates. So they could come in here and say, write me an email based on people who use MLM, and then they could say, this has been one of my top 5 traffic places, and if you uh, if you're looking to sell MLM programs or this, and so they can write me an email based on basically people who sell MLM and are looking for free traffic sources. So they can rewrite your whole email system based on things like that. So you can target this at specific sections, right? And even name in the emails specific types of programs that you're able to promote on this website to get other people that promote the same things to send those in. So you can be very specific, right? And that's the key to this, is that you can actually target specific people and sections of people out there. I know Josh has used bloggers as seniors, but you could even, take that down to, like I just said, to people that promote certain types of programs. If they're sending out to an email list, maybe that promotes the same program that they are, they can actually change that thing, change the emails to target those people.
Yeah, exactly. This is a very, very powerful tool for your affiliates. I never like the copy and paste JV swipes or emails from affiliate toolbox. I always like to personalize them. For example, if I was sending out an email to Traffic Splash, I might want to give it a fun, beachy Traffic Splash type of theme, and I could ask it to do just that. I could say, I'm the owner of Traffic Splash. Can you rewrite these with a fun summertime beachy theme? And it'll do that. It'll add some humor. It could add some jokes. It'll rewrite it for my audience, and then it would create a new tab for me. And then my emails would be right here, and I could just copy and paste them and send them out to Traffic Splash members. This is very powerful. And when you upgrade to the GeniuXs AI plan, you're going to get 10,000 credits every month that you can distribute among your members. So, um, this section says it's for your
No,
subs.
these are for your. So if you own the program, Michael, so that's like we own Traffic Splash. Our users can go into the affiliate toolbox in Traffic Splash and use this to create emails in order to get people in their downlines.
Yes,
Make sense?
this tool is for your members. And if you want to try it out, we've got it on Traffic Splash. If you log into Traffic Splash right now and go to the affiliate toolbox, you can try it out and see how it works. But yeah, you can make this available for all of your members. And as the admin, you can decide how many monthly rewrites each of your membership levels get. If you have a JV level, you might want to give them, 50 rewrites or so they could market it to all of their different audiences. Um, okay, now this is for the main emails. It doesn't personalize the safe list emails yet. Now, there's no reason that safe list users couldn't use these emails, but
Well, they could just say take this email and convert it into a safe list, one that would work inside such and such a safe list.
yeah,
So you can rewrite those emails.
yeah.
Now, the whole idea about can this make personalized splash pages? The answer to that is no. But just like we've said with all other things, the base is written for this thing. It's in the affiliate toolbox. These things will come along. Now, just because all of that code, base code is done. So that's things like that. Now, I don't know if Josh had even thought about that. So that's a good idea to be able to create personalized splash pages with it. That's something that could come along very shortly. But yes, the point is, right, all this is set up now for us to be able to give you more and more and more and more stuff in all of these sections now that the base code is done. Which is why Josh is saying that we'll be having more and more of these meetings because now we've got something to talk about. Now this is done, okay, right? And as all these things turn up and say, look what we've done now, look what we did now. Now we can do this, okay? But the base, you have to have the base system in place first. That's there, done.
Yeah, building
Everything
the
now
found
can only get more exciting, Michael.
yeah, building the foundation for this was the hard part. Now we're going to be rolling out a lot more updates, a lot more frequently. We're going to be having more of these webinars because we want your feedback. We want to know, what the AI doesn't do yet that you want it to do, and now we can add that in there a lot more easily. So, we're happy to have your feedback. Okay. Are there any other questions, comments, or feedback? Not yet. That is the next direction that we want to go into. The next step is going to be games. So you can ask the AI to create a specific type of game. Um, but we wanted to eventually be able to modify any part of your site. Any part of your site that you're not happy with, if you want to change the design, or if you want to update the coding, we want to be able to have the AI be able to do that for you.
So if you rewrote that question in NG and said, will we be able to use AI to change the surf bar? The answer would be yes. Yes, you will be able to at some point.
Yes, exactly. Okay, I think that about covers all of the updates. Like I said, there are a ton of other under the hood improvements with this latest update. A lot of compatibility fixes, a lot of little bug fixes here and there. So we strongly recommend, even if you're not interested in the AI, which I believe everyone should be. I believe that's by far the most exciting thing that we've had in this industry for a long time. But there are things in this update for everyone. Um, no, Vern. Everything will continue working with PHP 7.4. We're still using 7.4 on Traffic Splash, but what we're doing is we're adding compatibility for PHP 8.4. The base script is already updated to work with 8.4. We just need to finish updating the plugins. Yeah, it should be Nancy. We released that update a few months ago for the surfer rewards, but we fixed a lot of issues where um, sites weren't connecting and things like that. We made a lot of improvements to that. Um, so make sure you're running the latest script updates and any plugin updates are available. Make sure to install them because we have been making a lot of fixes and we're going to continue making plugin fixes over the next few months. Brian, the GeniuX rewrites last 30 days. So after 30 days, the emails are automatically deleted and then the member gets their credit back. So that's how it works. Um, okay. Okay, Howard. If you could send in a support ticket, we'll take a look at that and see what's going on. The Pro Downline Builder is still on our list of plugins to update. That's probably going to be in the next round, hopefully in the next month or so. I know that there are some issues there, so we're going to get those fixed and we're going to get that update released hopefully in the next month.
Go on, just throw some ideas out there. In a perfect world, what would you like this AI to be able to do? Let's just see what rolls off the tongue. We're not promising anything, mind.
I'm going to go ahead and post in the link to GeniuX to everyone. If you go to geniux.com and create an account, use the same email address that you have on your LFMTE account, and that will automatically link all of your licenses to your GeniuX account. So you can create an account, or if you've already created one, just log in and just subscribe to the Genius plan for $29.99 a month, and that will update all of your sites to the GeniuXs AI. You're going to get the GeniuXs rewrites. You're going to get the widget creator. You're also going to get those 5 free widgets I went over earlier. Um, when you go to geniux.com, there's a big link that says click here to claim your LFMTE bonus widgets. And you click on that, and that will give you step-by-step instructions, and then it'll go into your app store. So you can just install it just like you would any other plugin, and that will add it to your widget bar. Um, yep, Square Banners is also in that next round of plugins that we want to update. So we're going to be updating the look to give it that modern look for modern browsers, as well as PHP 8.4 compatibility, and all of that's going to be coming to Square Banners very soon. Yeah, and that's also something that we want to do, Mick. Eventually, I want GeniuX to be able to edit any part of your site, anywhere that you're getting an error message. GeniuX will be able to update it. That's where we're hoping to go with that. Leonie, I'm not. There haven't been any updates to the PayPal part of the IPN. Um, I'm not aware of any changes because we're using PayPal on Zarya and it seems to be working. So I'm not aware of any issues with the IPN. But if you do want to send in a support ticket, we can take a look at that. I will say, and it's been a long time since I've gone into the IPN settings for PayPal, but inside your PayPal account, there is a place where you can put in an IPN URL, and you want to leave that blank because the script will automatically provide that. So if you're using PayPal on multiple sites, the script will automatically tell it the IPN URL. So if there's a spot inside PayPal to enter the URL, I know you want to leave that blank, but I don't know exactly where that is off the top of my head. But if you want to send a support ticket, we can look into that further. Now, the AI, yes, it can, if you go to the page editor AI, it can already change the layout for a lot of your templates, your sales page, things like that. You don't need to know HTML. You don't need to know CSS. You can just go into GeniuX and go to the page editor AI, open up that tab, and then say, I want to make this change. I want to rearrange my sales page so everything's centered in this section or things like that. And the AI can do that for you. Whenever you do that, just make sure you open up the toolbox. In the top right corner of the conversation, you see a link that says toolbox. You open that up, and then whenever you make a change, GeniuX will say, this is the old version, this is the new version. Are you happy with that? And if you are, you can just click save and it'll update it for you. You don't have to go into cPanel, you don't have to know HTML, you don't have to worry about any of that. Okay. Any other questions, comments, or feedback? Yeah. Leonie, we're really happy with the changes that we've made. For those of you who have been using it, we still think that we were really advanced for our time back in July 2023 when we came up with GeniuXs AI 1.0, but we've completely updated the models. They are far more capable. They can store your conversations so you can go back to them anytime in your admin panel. It's just a much smarter system than where we were a few years ago. So we're really excited about that.
And yes, it will also rewrite PHP code.
Mm. Yeah, it knows HTML, it knows CSS, it knows PHP, it knows JavaScript, it knows pretty much every major programming language. So whatever you want it to do, you don't have to worry about the technical bits. You don't have to worry about programming. You just say what you want it to do, and it can handle the coding.
And I'm going to go in and show you something about boys and girls. Just give me 2 seconds while I sort this out. I got to go and find it first. Uh, there we go. Sorry. Now, I'm going to put in a link here for the program that we've been talking about. Don't sign up for this yet because we haven't launched this. Okay, this webinar. I want to show you this page because if you look at that page, everything on that page was written by the AI. It wrote the ad copy, it created the CSS, everything on that page was done with the AI. Oh, sorry, that's because the link is wrong. Hang on a minute. Duh. No, it's not. It's because I've done it wrong. I've given you the wrong link. It should be and RID. There you go. There you go. That should work. I forgot it was a content page, Josh. It should say and RID is.
Yeah, there you go.
So everything on that page was built by this AI system. Shut up, not real.
Yeah. What did you just want me to share the screen, Robert,
Yeah,
so they can see
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Okay.
And then everybody can see it. Are you going to put that up on the screen? Are you? There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this was done by the same AI system that we built into GeniuXs. I just told it what you wanted, and you know, it wrote the ad copy, it did the layout, it did everything.
That's a
Um,
one-click sign up form. Yeah. So there you go. It created the whole thing, the design, everything. Well, I think here's the thing. I think Josh manually put in the one-click sign up code, but if there's a placer for when she created the original thing for this, there was a placer there for the form, and all you would have had to have done to her and say, right, where you put this placer, add this code because this is what our platform uses, and she would have added the one-click code in there.
yeah,
It wasn't created in LFMT. This was created in Zarya. Okay, but it's the same underlying system.
yeah, it is. We've actually built Zarya on top of what we built for GeniuX, but you can copy and paste HTML. If you have a banner ad and you want to put it on one of your content pages, you can just copy and paste and give her the HTML. You could say, okay, I've got this code. I want to put this banner here. Can you do it for me? And GeniuX will do it for you.
Now, when we do this webinar, we'll invite you along to come and see this webinar to see what Zarya does because it's altogether does lots of stuff that people like us use a lot. We'll invite you along to because we're going to do 3 workshops so you can see what's inside Zarya. So don't sign up for this now; it's not ready. Okay, but you will be told when it is. Uh, but yeah, so that's that there is the power of it. And also, it didn't just do that page, did it, Josh? It also did
No.
the about
Um,
us page, the features page.
it did this. It did this page as well. And yeah, it wrote all of this content. I just gave it a basic overview of what I wanted. Um, I asked it to create a sign up page, and the AI designed this. It gave it this nice layout. Um, and I gave it an outline, but it created all of these bullet points. So these are the type of stuff that this system can do. It's very powerful.
Well, 5 years ago, I retired and said to Josh, "You run the business; it's all yours. Just pay me a pension every month. That's all down to you. But if you ever do something that's going to get me excited again and want to get back out on the road and sell this, I'll come out of retirement and do it." And this is what he's done. I've already flown to America twice. We've spoken at seminars, all based on this, all because of what he's done here. Okay, you're right. I would say we've been busy, but you know that it's the royal we. Okay, I mean I'm just a salesman, yes, but this is where the stuff is going.
Yeah.
The
You,
next
you
12 months is going to be huge, honestly.
Yeah, it is. And you all are really getting access to state-of-the-art technology. We're going to these, we've gone to several conventions with big business owners, and all of them are saying, wow, this technology is so far ahead of everything else that we're seeing. And you all are the first to get that. You all got that back in July 2023. You got GeniuXs AI 1.0. You all are getting really, truly state of the art technology. And I think WordPress, all the other companies are going to be catching up to where LFM is in a few years from now. So we're really excited for you to try this out, see what's capable of us. Give us your feedback. Let us know what you want it to do, and we're going to keep improving it. I think it's really exciting.
All right, so there we go. We've been here over an hour. Um, I think we've given you lots to think about here. I mean, I really do encourage you to go and sign up for the GeniuX plan because this is only going to get better. If you're not already in it, then you need to be in it because this is going to set you apart from everybody else in this in the business. I mean, just think about the fact that you'll eventually be able to write your own plugins, right? The fact that if you've got third-party plugins on there and you've been afraid to update to all our new stuff because you don't want to lose, well, that problem just went away. Now you can update, you can do all the updates, and you won't need third-party plugins from now on because you'll be building them yourself.
Yeah, I mean, just think about it. For the past, what, 10 years, 15 years, we've been selling, a new plugin for, $100. About once a month, we'd release a new one. And, for the time that it took us to build it, I think that was a really good price. But now for $29.99 a month, you've got your own AI that can build plugins for you. It's building it to your exact specifications at the quality in which we would build plugins. Um, and you can go in and we're giving you 1,000 credits a month so you can have it build as many widgets as you want.
Julian, I'm going to let Josh answer that question after, but it shouldn't do because GeniuX can see your custom coding. It knows what's already on your site. You can say to it, create this, bearing in mind all of the coding that we have on the site already. Okay, and if you actually tell her that or tell him that, um, take into account all of the custom coding that we've done, we want to create this widget or this, then that shouldn't ever be a problem.
Yeah, we built it with that in mind. Right now when it creates these widgets, it's instructed and trained to keep the widget self-contained. And whenever it updates your template, it gets the old code. It's been instructed to pull in the old code before it makes any changes at all. So it already sees what's on there, so it shouldn't break um, anything. And just as that extra safety precaution, every time that it makes a change, you open up the toolbox and then you can preview the changes before it actually makes it. Um,
I'm not so sure about that, Leonie, because the reason why GeniuX works is because it can see all of your code. It can see everything that's going on inside your website. If this is not an LFMTE or an LFM or an LFMVM, then it can't see all that. It's going to make mistakes. And so I would say no. Now, Zarya will, but GeniuX is designed specifically to work with the code inside LFMTEs, LFM, and LFMVM because it can see what's already been done.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But Zarya has been built, okay, for us to be able to jump out into, don't take this the wrong way, people, out into the wide, wide world with this. GeniuX is niche inside our software. Zarya is our way to jump that out into and compete with people who, the big guys, if you know what I'm saying, bigger than us even, right? That's where we're going with this. And while Zarya may end up becoming our premium platform, GeniuX will always get better because of what we do with Zarya. A lot of the changes that Josh has made to GeniuX came because we built Zarya.
Yeah, yeah,
Originally, it
that's
was the other way around. Zarya was born out of GeniuX, but now what's happening is because Zarya has progressed so far, all of that programming is now coming back to you. Okay. And I'm going to tell you now, even if Zoria becomes so big in our portfolio that it outclasses what we make from GeniuX inside this little niche, we're not ever going to leave it alone because it's where we started, and it's so easy for us to be able to pull, as I said, the code from Zoria and stuff right back into the system. And LFM itself, as we said, we're talking about being relaunching that. We want to relaunch that as well inside that big bad world that we just talked about, out into the bigger wide world. So as LFM will always get updated because of that, then LFMT and LFM VM will get it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Um,
you've seen this? Yeah, it's a replica book, guys. Honestly, but if you don't join up, all right, okay, yeah,
okay, so yeah, there you go. I'll post the link one more time, and it's geniux.com. Just use the same email address that you have on your LFMTE account, and it will link all of your licenses together, and the AI will be right there inside of your admin panel. So it's just real easy to do. Um,
the only hold on with the Zoria thing, honestly, when we do those webinars, when we do the things, you will get access to the workshops, and then you can look at doing that. All right, join up, but do this first. It's not Zoria is not more than 6 weeks away. Okay, yeah, it's just mine too. Sorry.
Yeah, thanks everyone. I hope this was productive. We're really excited about GeniuX. Again, the link is geniux.com, and when you sign up for just $29.99 a month, you'll get everything that we showed you today. You'll get the widget AI creator, you'll get the GeniuX rewrites, you're going to get those 5 bonus widgets that we showed you earlier. You're also going to get the page editor, you're going to get the LFM AI, the LFMTE AI. There's just so much that we're including in that plan. Um, and we're going to keep improving it. We've already got a roadmap planned out, and we're going to have more of these webinars. And we want to thank everyone. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming. Thank you for everyone who's taken the time to give us your thoughts, whether it's um, positive or negative. We want to know what you're thinking so we can keep making the software better for you. All right.
Yeah, and we've recorded this. So unlike other meetings, this meeting is actually going. The recording is going to go up on for everybody to see it. Okay, because it was the case before that people that came live to the webinars got a bigger discount than those people that came afterwards. But because obviously we're not selling plugins anymore, um, that'll change. So this complete recording will be up. The link will be up on the site.
All right. All right. Thanks everyone for joining. We appreciate it. And we hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
Bye.
Bye.